Alright, so I did replace the screen on the Zum spot, but not without a lot of anger and cussing and yelling. And I have no idea why I could not remove the original screen. And let's see if we can show you right here. They use these like pressed in sleeves. I don't know how they do it, but it's part of the board. So what ended up happening is it just heat sinked everything, right? I just could not get it hot enough. I have a Weller. It's a 70 watt. I couldn't get it hot enough. I mean, I stopped at like 785 on that. I even tried this for a little bit, and then I have another iron that goes to something else. But I tried everything. I pulled out some other 45 watt Weller soldering irons, and then I I hit it with heat, and I could tell right away it was going to be a problem. It started to screw up this thing. Now, this display wasn't completely bad, so I was trying to salvage it as like a backup or whatever, just for the hell of it. I didn't think it would be that hard to remove it. So what ended up happening is I had to put a screwdriver in between and heat it and go back and forth. You know, I tried to heat them all at once. It didn't work. But so basically what you end up with something, it's actually soldered on both sides. A solder sucker will not get it out of there like the cheap ones. Solder wick will not get it all out of there. I'm not really sure what I was doing wrong, but what I was using was this, and I have some solder suckers that don't work well. I do not have a desoldering station. I don't know that that would really work with this. If we look right here, and I can bring this in really close, and these actually removed from the board, and I later on removed them. Where'd it go? I removed them off of the pins really easily with the soldering iron. I just, flicked it off of there. But there's one there, and there's one there, and there's one there, and who knows where the other one went. Those ripped out of here. I could not get that to desolder for nothing. So the sleeve is metal all the way in there. So you have solder in the center, solder on the top, solder on the bottom. It's really hard to get that off of there. I actually tried to do the bottom half because they give you new pins, and I decided against that because I didn't want to damage the hat. Because even if I couldn't replace the display, the hotspot would still work without a display. And there's actually other things that you can do with this anyways. I think there might be a... Well, maybe not on these. Right here there might be something. On the mmdvms and not the Zum, there is a spot for a next-gen display. I would never buy a Zum on purpose, other than maybe if you like the bigger display. This is $175. I think that's a little bit pricey if you ask me. And they don't even put a damn heatsink on it. What is different about these is they completely use the entire hat on the pins, whereas these ones do not. I really don't want to have a whole bunch of different hotspots going. But one of these is on one network and one's on another network. And I don't talk on any of them, I just listen. But, you know, the thing is, it'd be nice to have one that did everything. Maybe even two at once. The refresh rate's a little funky. Like, I don't see that with my eye, but the camera does. You get back a little further and it chills out, kind of. So, I don't know why it was so hard, but if you know, let me know. I'd love to know, because this was only 4 pins, and I mean, it was like, took me a long time, and I could have damaged the other part of it. I couldn't. I don't know. It's just sucking up all the heat, and you would think you'd be able to heat this and just slide it right off, right? Even without desoldering it. But I got rid of most of the solder, and then I put some solder on it. This has got lead in it for sure, and it seemed like it was a little bit easier at that point. But ultimately, these all pulled right through the thing, and individually they were easy to remove, but not all 4 of them. So I don't know.